In this video, we're comparing Lemonade and State Farm to see how they perform when disaster strikes. What's going on, everyone? My name is Eric Hunsaker, and here we cut through the fluff to help you make smarter insurance choices. So imagine waking up to a fire in your kitchen. Everyone's safe, but your home is damaged. In that moment, your insurer's response matters most. Do they answer right away? Do they guide you? And do they pay quickly? Let's see how Lemonade and State Farm stack up in coverage, claims, customer service, and reliability. Coverage comparison. When choosing an insurer, coverage options are a big part of the decision. So let's compare what Lemonade and State Farm offer for homeowners and renters insurance. Dwelling and personal property coverage. Both Lemonade and State Farm provide standard coverage for the structure of your home if you're a homeowner and your personal belongings. So this includes protection against perils like fire, lightning, windstorms, hail, theft, and vandalism. If your home is damaged by a covered peril, your policy will pay to repair or rebuild it. Personal property coverage reimburses you for the contents of your home, furniture, electronics, clothing, etc. They're stolen or damaged. State Farm offers higher dwelling coverage limits and more flexibility in tailoring coverage amounts. Lemonade's standard policies often have a lower maximum, but you can choose higher limits at an extra cost. Both companies offer replacement cost coverage, which pays the cost to replace your belongings at today's prices without deduction for depreciation, as opposed to actual cash value, which factors in depreciation. Replacement cost is crucial in real emergencies, where the cost to replace everything can be substantial. Liability coverage. Liability coverage protects you if someone is injured on your property or if you accidentally damage someone else's property. It can cover medical bills, legal fees, and court awards. Lemonade's standard liability limits are typically lower than State Farm's, but both allow you to increase coverage. State Farm offers a broader range of liability endorsements, including personal injury coverage, which protects against lawsuits for slander, libel, or invasion of privacy. Lemonade's policies tend to be simpler and may not include all of those options. Additional living expenses, loss of use. If your home is uninhabitable after a disaster, both Lemonade and State Farm provide additional living expense coverage. This coverage reimburses you for hotel stays, restaurant meals, and other costs associated with living away from home during repairs. In a real emergency, this is a lifeline. State Farm typically has higher AIL limits and allows for extended loss of use coverage. Lemonade's AIL coverage is adequate, but it may have lower limits unless you pay for higher tiers. Optional endorsements and riders. State Farm offers a large menu of endorsements: sewer backup coverage, identity restoration, jewelry and fine arts rider, earthquake and flood coverage through NFIP or private insurers, and umbrella policies. You can also add options like inflation protection, building ordinance coverage, and home systems protection. Lemonade's optional coverages are fewer but still cover common needs. Extra coverage for valuable items like jewelry, electronics, water backup, and certain add-ons for pet insurance. Lemonade keeps things simple by including many coverages automatically, like personal property replacement cost. However, if you need specialized coverage, say for a home business or a high-value collection, State Farm is more likely to accommodate you. Claims process and technology. In a real emergency, the claims process matters as much as coverage. How quickly you can file a claim and receive payment can determine whether you get back on your feet or face weeks of frustration. Lemonade's AI-driven claims. Lemonade prides itself on its fast and user-friendly claims process. Using the app, you can file a claim by answering a few questions and recording a short video describing what happened. Lemonade's artificial intelligence reviews the claim, cross-checks it against your policy, and makes an instant determination. The company claims that about 30 to 40% of claims are paid immediately within minutes. For more complex claims, the case is escalated to a human adjuster. Because Lemonade is digital first, there are no local agents to call. You interact through the app or email. The system shines in simple claims, like a stolen laptop or broken window, where documents are straightforward. However, in a major home fire, claim will almost always involve human adjusters. The AI's speed doesn't apply as much in complex situations where an adjuster must inspect the damage, coordinate with contractors, and and negotiate settlements. Now, some customers appreciate the quick initial response, but find that communication becomes slower once the claim is in the hands of a human. State Farm's traditional approach. State Farm takes a more traditional route. You contact your local agent or call the claims hotline to report the loss. A claims adjuster is assigned to your case. They might visit the property, assess damages, and guide you through the process. You can track your claim online and communicate with your agent. This personal touch can be reassuring when you're dealing with a major loss and you don't want to navigate everything on your phone. Experienced agents can advocate for you and expedite certain steps. However, State Farm's process can be slower than Lemonade's in straightforward cases. Claim approvals can take days or weeks depending on the complexity and workload. Customer experience in real emergencies. When reading customer reviews and third-party analyses, a pattern emerges. Lemonade customers often rave about quick claims payouts for small losses, but some report frustration with delays or denials for larger claims. There are complaints of poor communication once a claim escalates, especially because the company lacks local agents. On the other hand, many State Farm customers praise their agent's support and thoroughness during large losses. Yet some complain about slow payouts, a cumbersome claims process, or rate increases after making a claim. Essentially, Lemonade wins on speed and convenience for simple claims, while State Farm excels in human support and thoroughness for complex claims. Customer service and support. Lemonade's customer service is primarily digital. You can get support through the app, email, or chat. For tech-savvy users, this can be efficient. You don't have to sit on hold or drive to an office. The app shows your policy documents, lets you change coverages, and provides AI-driven answers to common questions. However, there's no local agent to call for personalized advice. If you have a complicated question or you need help customizing coverage, you might find the digital interface a bit limiting. Additionally, Lemonade's customer support hours may not be 24/7 depending on the type of assistance you need. State Farm's agent network. State Farm has about 19,000 agents across the U.S. These agents are small business owners who sell policies, provide personalized service, and help with claims. Many policyholders appreciate having an agent they know and trust. You can schedule a face-to-face meeting, ask detailed questions, and get help with other insurance products like auto and life. State Farm also has a 24-hour claims hotline. However, the quality of service can vary by agent. Some agents are proactive and responsive. Others may be less attentive. If your agent's unavailable, you might feel frustrated. Financial stability and company reputation. State Farm enjoys high ratings for financial strength from agencies like AM Best, Moody's, and Standards & Poor's. This means State Farm is well equipped to pay claims, even in widespread disasters. Lemonade, being newer and smaller, has solid financial backing and a reinsurance program, but cannot match State Farm's decades-long track record. Some customers worry about Lemonade's long-term stability, though ratings agencies give it a good grade for financial strength. So State Farm's longevity and scale provide a sense of security for a lot of people. All right, let's walk through a hypothetical emergency. A kitchen fire that damages half your house, and smoke damages everything else. How would Lemonade and State Farm handle this? Initial contact and response. With Lemonade, you'd open the app, start a claim, answer a few questions, and record a video explaining what happened. The app might approve a portion of your claim instantly, perhaps in advance for temporary housing and personal belongings. Within minutes, you could have funds deposited into your account to cover immediate needs. A human adjuster would follow up to handle the more complex aspects, such as structural damage. State Farm's process would involve calling your agent or claims hotline. An adjuster would likely schedule a visit to inspect the damage. They might provide guidance on finding contractors, securing your property, and obtaining temporary housing. Within a few days, you might receive an advance on ale and personal belongings. The adjuster would continue to work with you and contractors to estimate repair costs. Assessment and settlement. Lemonade's adjuster would coordinate with contractors or third-party assessment services to estimate repair costs. Because Lemonade's model is digital, you'd primarily communicate through the app or email. If the estimate is straightforward, Lemonade might approve it quickly. If there are disputes or complexities, the process could slow down. Lemonade's lean approach could be beneficial beneficial or frustrating, depending on how unique your situation is. State Farm's adjuster, backed by decades of claim experience, would gather estimates and explain each step. They might negotiate with contractors or provide you with a preferred vendor list. The adjuster would help ensure the repairs meet code and that your policy covers everything it should. Because State Farm handles high volumes of major claims, they have established procedures. The downside is that these procedures can sometimes be bureaucratic, leading to delays. Payment and follow-up. Lemonade aims to pay quickly and move on, relying on customers to be honest. If additional costs arise, you can request a supplement. Because Lemonade takes a flat fee and donates leftover premiums, it claims to have no incentive to deny valid claims. However, some customers report challenges in getting additional funds or responses when their initial payout wasn't enough. State Farm may issue payments in stages: an initial check for ale and personal property, and later checks as repairs progress. If you disagree with the estimate, you can negotiate or request an appraisal. State Farm's experience can be reassuring, though some customers feel the process is slow and requires persistence. After repairs are complete, your agent may help you adjust your coverage if necessary. Long-term impact. After a major claim, your premium may rise. Lemonade is transparent about how claims affect premiums, but because the company is newer, it's hard to predict long-term effects. Now, State Farm may also raise premiums after a claim, especially if you file multiple claims within a few years. However, State Farm offers accident forgiveness or claims-free discounts that can offset future increases. If customer loyalty is important, State Farm's multi-line discounts can make it worthwhile to stay. Pros and cons summary. Lemonade pros. It's fast digital experience. File claims through an app, and getting instant payouts for simple claims is convenient. Low cost for basic coverage. Renter's insurance can be as low as a few dollars a month, making it very accessible. Give back program. This donates leftover premiums to charities, aligning incentives and appealing to socially conscious customers. Transparency. Simple policies with no jargon. The company explains how it makes money and pays claims. Lemonade cons. Limited coverage options. There's fewer endorsements and specialized coverages. May not suit complex needs. It has a lack of personal agent, so there's no local agent to advocate for you or answer in-depth questions. There's been mixed reviews on large claims. Some customers report delays or difficulties when claims are complex or high value. It's relatively new and small, so they have less track record, which may concern customers looking for long-term stability. State Farm pros. They have broad coverage and customization. Many endorsements and riders. It's suitable for homeowners with unique needs. Local agents and personal service. You get face-to-face guidance and support during claims. Financial strength and stability. They have high ratings from AM Best and others. They have a long history in the industry. Multi-policy discounts, so you get savings for bundling auto, home, life, and other policies. Now for State Farm cons. The slower claims process for simple cases. Personal attention can be slower than automated processing. Higher premiums in some cases. Agent commissions and broader coverage can result in higher costs. Inconsistency. Service quality varies by agent. Some customers experience excellent support, others do not. Fewer online features. Although this is improving, State Farm's tech is less streamlined than Lemonade's. So choosing between Lemonade and State Farm comes down to your personal preferences, budget, and risk tolerance. If you value cutting-edge technology, quick payouts for small claims, and low premiums, Lemonade might be appealing, especially if you're a renter or have a smaller home. It's also good for socially conscious consumers who like the give-back aspect. Now, if you want a personal relationship with an agent, broader coverage options, and the stability of a century-old insurer, State Farm is hard to beat. Better for homeowners with large or unique properties or those who want to bundle multiple policies. For a real emergency, both companies will step up, but in different ways. Lemonade will prioritize speed and convenience, while State Farm will provide hands-on support and thoroughness. Think about whether you'd be comfortable managing a crisis through an app or if you'd rather have someone that you can call or visit. Ultimately, the best way to decide is to get quotes from both companies. Read the policy details and consider your personal comfort with technology versus personalized service. Now, whichever you choose, make sure you carry enough coverage to rebuild your home, replace your belongings, and protect yourself from liability. A cheap premium means nothing if you're underinsured when disaster strikes. Now, if you want to see which insurance option is best for you, you can go ahead and click the links down in the description to get a quote from State Farm, as well as a quote from Lemonade. You can also go ahead and check out our insurance survey to find out the best insurance option for you. It's a super super quick survey that just looks like this. It has you answer a few questions and you'll find out the best option for your situation. These are all affiliate links, which means we earn a small commission when you use them at no extra cost to you. And your support through these links helps keep our channel going and allows us to continue to create free content just like this. So we really appreciate it if you end up using them. But other than that, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another video. But other than that, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you here in the next one.